in the back. Good couple.
Matthew Phillips, 168 Washington Street. To add on a little bit what he's saying, not only Willock Park, but an area where there's families congregating and doing things to serve these activities, we will feel would deter any of that extracurricular activity that has nothing to do with skateboarding or biking anyways. Other than that, moving on, I just want to extenuate the necessity for a skate park. We have a small group of people here, but I can tell you from personal experience, there's a lot more skateboarders here. It's probably past most of their bedtime. But so let me be in representation of them. A few years back, I opened a private park, or was open to the public, but it was privately owned. And I was young, financially, we couldn't make it quite so. But I had in the time that I was open, I congregated 750 waivers. So that's 750 skateboarders in the area, or bikers. So just a number to keep in mind. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Gentlemen in the back.
Brian Quigley again, 9 Drummer Road, and this time I won't be as emotional. I just wanted to provide a little bit of information with some of the questions people have asked about the size of a park and the cost of a park and the ideal space for a park. I was a part of an ad hoc committee 4 years ago. We submitted our recommendations to the city that considered all those particular elements, and so there are recommendations that are made using a particular mathematical algorithm for the ideal size of a skate park, influenced by the size of the community and the number of youth in that community. And that space that is in that CIP is not sufficient to be able to provide the amount of square footage for the number of skaters that exist within the community of Keene. And in terms of the location, the recommendations that come from the literature, and believe it or not, there are people that study this stuff. The key factor for a successful skate park, beyond that it's built soundly, that it uses state-of-art equipment, that is concrete and durable, the most important factor is that it's in a multi-use space. And so Councilor Duffy had asked a little bit about that particular spot that it exists currently. That is not multi-use. It's nothing close to multi-use. And you can understand the reason why it needs to be multi-use. Is it polices itself when there are families and communities doing other things in the context of a park, like flying kites and playing baseball. I mentioned myself, I have 2 young kids. I won't go to that skate park, not because I'm afraid of it or I'm afraid of the people there, and maybe I'm a little stupider in my older age than some of these younger skaters, but I'll also not go there because I'm worried about getting injured. I don't go there just because it's just not a place I want to bring my children and skateboard in. And so, to me, being a psychologist by profession and being a skater by my personal interest, the value to an individual's physical and emotional well-being can't be put into words. And there's research to support the value skateboarding has with physical health and with emotional health. And so to me, it's just so critical that this community recognizes the value of an activity like that. And it's important to my children to be able to go to a place that they can engage in that recreation with their father, interact with other skaters, learn from those skaters, and have a sense of community and connection to something that I think is just extraordinarily important and appealing. And it's not that I don't want my children to play baseball and football, but I want them to engage in recreation that also inspires creativity, individuality, perseverance, commitment, dedication, and skateboarding uniquely provides all those things. So I wanted to add that in there, but I also wanted to mention that there was a report submitted by that ad hoc committee that made all of these explicit recommendations on the size of the park and the location.